You know, there are some questions that are just so big they can kind of stop you in your tracks. And today, we're tackling one of the biggest. In the grand scheme of things, do any of our choices actually matter?
I mean, think about your days so far. The choice to hit snooze, what you decided to eat for breakfast, the route you took to work. On a personal level, yeah, of course, those choices matter. They literally create the fabric of your life.
But what happens when we zoom out? And I mean way, way out. When we put those little everyday decisions up against the sheer, silent, mind-boggling scale of the entire universe, does any of it even make a dent? And that right there, that's the massive question we're going to try and unravel today.
All right, so let's start with what feels like the most obvious answer. We're going to make the case for nothingness. This is the argument that when you really look at the hard facts, our choices are completely and utterly insignificant. And it all starts with just how big everything is.
Okay, let's just try to wrap our heads around this number. 2 trillion. That's the best guess for how many galaxies there are in the universe that we can see. Our entire galaxy, the Milky Way, with its hundreds of billions of stars, is just one of those. It's like a single grain of sand on a beach so big you can't even imagine the edges. We're not even a drop in the bucket. We're a molecule in the drop.
And it's not just the scale of space that's humbling. It's the scale of time. The universe has been chugging along for nearly 14 billion years. That's an amount of time that our brains just aren't built to comprehend. Stars are born, they live for billions of years, and they die. That's the timescale we're talking about.
And then there's us. We get, on average, about 80 years. Compared to 13.8 billion, our entire existence is, well, it's less than a blink of an eye. It's an imperceptible flicker in an epic cosmic story. When you see those two numbers side by side, it's almost impossible not to feel incredibly, profoundly small.
And if that wasn't enough, this whole argument has a pretty devastating final act. It's a theory called the heat death of the universe. The basic idea is that trillions of years from now, all the stars will burn out, all the energy will spread out evenly, and the universe will just become a cold, dark, and eternally lifeless place. So if that's the ultimate endgame, what does that mean for us? It means everything we build, everything we discover, every symphony we write, it's all just temporary. It all eventually gets erased.
So, let's just recap this pretty heavy perspective. We're tiny, our time is short. We live in a universe that doesn't seem to notice we're here, and in the end, it all gets wiped away anyway. It's a really, really strong case for meaninglessness, but hold on. That's not the end of the story.
So now, let's just flip this entire thing on its head. What if, despite all that empty space and all that time, our choices actually mean, well, everything? This whole counterargument revolves around the one thing that we have that, as far as we can tell, is unbelievably rare in the cosmos, and that's consciousness.
The great Carl Sagan put it perfectly. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself. Think about that. Suddenly, significance isn't about your physical size, it's about awareness. In a universe that is mostly rock and gas and empty space, the fact that a part of it, us, can look back out and understand it, well, that becomes an event of incredible cosmic importance.
And this idea gets its power from concepts like the butterfly effect. You've heard of it, right? A butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil and it sets off a tornado in Texas. The point is, a small, seemingly insignificant choice doesn't just stop. It can create ripples that can grow and spread and lead to huge, unpredictable changes down the line.
Let's make that more concrete. Picture a single scientist, hundreds of years ago, who makes a choice. The choice to follow a weird, unpopular idea. That one choice leads to a breakthrough discovery, say gravity or relativity. That discovery then sparks a revolution in how we see the world. And suddenly, humanity's entire relationship with the universe has changed, forever. All from one person's choice to be curious. See how that works?
So, from this point of view, everything gets turned upside down. Our choices matter because consciousness is so rare. They are literally the tools we use to build meaning and culture and progress. And these choices don't just disappear. They add up, generation after generation, and they steer the entire future of our species.
Okay, so we have two powerful, completely opposite arguments. Either our choices mean nothing, or they mean everything. So which is it? Well, to figure this out, we have to get a little smarter about what we actually mean when we use the word significance.
And this is where it all clicks into place. There are really two different types of significance. On one side, you have objective significance. This is about making a real physical dent in the universe, like, say, moving a star. And yeah, by that measure, our choices are pretty much insignificant. But then you have subjective significance. This is about creating meaning for conscious beings. Discovering a law of physics doesn't budge a single planet, but it completely changes us, the part of the universe that's aware. And by that measure, our choices are the most significant thing there is.
And here's the beautiful part. Here's how they connect. All those little subjective choices, they are the building blocks of massive collective action. A single person's choice to invent a rocket is just an idea, but combine that with millions of other choices to fund it, to build it, to study for it, to fly it, and suddenly humanity is standing on the moon. That subjective meaning created a brand new objective reality.
So, if our choices, when we add them all up, really do have this incredible power to shape the future, well, that leads to a pretty profound conclusion, doesn't it? It means we actually have a responsibility. You might even call it a cosmic responsibility.
And look, this isn't just some abstract thought experiment. The chance for humanity to have any kind of lasting future, to have any cosmic impact at all, depends on the massive collective choices we are making right now. How we deal with our climate, how we develop artificial intelligence, whether we choose to explore space or to stay here, whether we choose to work together or tear each other apart. These choices will decide everything. And that really gets to the heart of it. Your individual choice might not move a galaxy, but it is a vote for the future direction of humanity. And as far as we know, in this entire vast universe, we are the only ship carrying the precious cargo of consciousness. Our collective choices are the hand on the steering wheel.
At the end of the day, the universe is indifferent. It doesn't ask us for meaning. It doesn't care about our triumphs or our heartbreaks. But you know what? That's what makes our choices so incredibly powerful. In this vast, silent, uncaring cosmos, we are the ones who get to create meaning. We are the ones who get to care. The universe doesn't care. The only question that really matters is, do you?